parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on this circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Russell, Oscar Piastri and Antonelli, Norris, Sainz, Albon and Fernando Alonso, Colapinto, Hülkenberg, Isaac Hadjar and Lawson, Ocon, Doohan, Gabriel Bortoleto and Ollie Behrman, Aaron, Sonoda, Miata and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, Gnomes. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. What a track this is. And what a challenge for the drivers this weekend. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and a very green surface to start with.
This happens to be one of the drivers' favourites. It is a low downforce circuit that is fast and flowing, but it is also demanding on the brakes. And be careful, because let's not forget the wall of champions that catches out so many.
I know you're frustrated to be this far back on the grid, but you've got to keep that under control. Keep a cool head and work your way through the field gradually as you go. It's not all going to be won or lost at the first corner. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. Strategy available on the MFD. Copy that. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the... Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Wow, that's 3 wins in a row. They really are on a roll now and really building great momentum. They are clearly one to look out for.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number one, Max Verstappen. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Chief, this marks a major milestone for us. Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they've finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live. Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, George Russell and Colapinto, Gasly, Sainz, Ocon and Ritomo Miata, Antonelli, Behrman, Paul Aron and Bortoletto, Hadjar, Hulkenberg, Alex Albon and Liam Lawson, Doohan, Stroll, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. So much to talk about on what is such a short lap. It's the fastest lap times of the season, but that doesn't mean it's not a challenge.
It's a real challenge to get right this circuit. Lots of tight corners linked up with very long straights. You've got 3 DRS zones as well. That means that the racing is often very close, and you can hang on to potentially a faster car if you can stay within that 1 second buffer. But you've then got some higher speed corners like turn 6 and 7 in the middle of the track, and then the 2 final corners as well. Track limits. Yep, there we go. I mentioned it. Be careful.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Drive-through penalty. You've got a drive-through penalty. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option for you in the MFD, so go and have a look. Understood, copy that. Okay, 1 stop to go, just 1 stop left in this strategy. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. flag, blue flag. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 46.2 seconds. Blue flag. Okay, mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD. Okay, copy that. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
To witness such mastery of these conditions, these changeable conditions that we saw today, is very impressive indeed. So a huge congratulations to this driver for taking victory today.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky three today, here's the podium waiting for them. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Just a reminder that we've still got space in the car for some more secondary sponsors. The more we have, the more revenue we'll generate. Plus, it's an opportunity to...
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're okay.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we... You join us in the United Kingdom today, or Great Britain as it's alternatively known. Well, it's certainly a great day today as we welcome you to one of the crown jewels of British sports, a track of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. The 3.6-mile-long Silverstone circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and of Copse flat out. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, George Russell and Gasly, Antonelli, Albon, Hadjar and Liam Lawson, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Carlos Sainz and Hülkenberg, Aaron, Colapinto, Ollie Behrman and Lance Stroll, Doohan, Bortoletto, Tsunoda and Ritomo Miata rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. I love being here at Silverstone. I know you do too. Mainly because we get to sleep in our own houses for a week. But what do the drivers enjoy most about this track?
Well, Silverstone's such a challenging circuit, Crofty, more so for the car than the driver, because these high-speed corners at Silverstone really test this modern-day F1 machinery to its maximum. We don't get that many times throughout the calendar. I can only think of Suzuka and Spa, maybe Qatar as well, with that high-energy cornering that you get here at Silverstone. So the drivers love throwing the car around through corners like Copse, Maggots and Beckett's, for example, and it's really influential for your lap time as well.
Okay, let's try not to worry about being down here at the back. You've got the speed, you've got the car, so just take it easy and the race... Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out. Got that, confirmed. Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
It's been a hard afternoon of brilliant racing, but now it's time for some proper celebrations. The podium awaits. And that is a fabulous win. And the top step of the podium for Charles Leclerc. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hey, me again. Got another question for you.
Hey, Chief, we've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
All right, we've cooled our interest for now. I've reached out with a very early preliminary inquiry to their side. I'll let you know how it goes. Hard to get a read on it at the moment. These things are always fluid and move quickly, but if they're interested in us, I'm sure things will move a bit quicker.
Good news on this one, boss.
Okay, boss. Advanced talks have gone well, I must say. We're now at the stage where we can meet face-to-face again with them if you'd like. The agenda today will be trying to reduce some of their expectations, cut a better... Getting close to an alignment with their side now. There's still a long way to go, and obviously before we sign anything we need to iron out the details. We still haven't begun formal contract talks. Still just preliminary discussion. I don't want to jinx it, so I'll let you know what happens.
High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps. And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more. So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, George Russell and Gasly, Miata, Antonelli, Sainz and Franco Colapinto, Ocon, Lawson, Alex Albon and Fernando Alonso, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Ollie Behrman and Nico Hulkenberg, Aaron, Doohan, Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. The underbody's incurred critical damage at this point. Okay, mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD. Some information on Antonelli. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Confirmed. Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps. Welcome then as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Sainz, Antonelli, Miata, Albon and Esteban Ocon, Leclerc, Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso and Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto, Lance Stroll and Jack Doohan, Aaron, Bortoletto, Tsunoda and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Damage to your front wing, damage to your front wing. Suggest we box to change it. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Copy. Damage to your front wing, damage to your front wing. Suggest we box to change it. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. Return the position immediately or we're going to get penalised. There's no overtaking during the safety car period. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. The underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
Well, are we looking at a champion in waiting today, Crofty, with that kind of performance? They were driving with the kind of lack of pressure that you quite often see when a driver knows, they just know within themselves that that championship is within their reach.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Great news, boss. The sponsor we were after are pleased with our proposal.
Sorry to disturb. Need you for a moment, please, boss? Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Okay, boss. Got an interesting bit of news for you. We've had a driver reach out to us to ask if we'd be interested in a preliminary chat with them about... Okay, I've said yes to an informal chat. Let's get them in, tell them all...
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Just look at that sea of orange. No surprises if I tell you we're here in Holland at Zandvoort for the Max Verstappen celebration party. It's a quick track and perfect for high speeds, high stakes qualifying. Welcome along to the Dutch Grand Prix qualifying day. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and to the Zandvoort circuit. We're 25 miles away from Amsterdam for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of the 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Charles Leclerc and Piastri, Sainz, Ocon, Antonelli and Franco Colapinto, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Lance Stroll and Aaron, Bortoletto, Lawson, Ollie Behrman and Jack Doohan, Miata, Hulkenberg, Sonoda and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Gnomes. Mystery, intrigue and skullduggery behind the scenes. I think that's what's going on with our 11th team here, because they don't seem overly happy with the driver lineup they've got.
Yeah, and what a wonderful place for them to be at so early in their experience in Formula One. Nobody would have expected it, but truthfully, drivers have their own metrics that they look for when considering a team, whether that be consistency, potential, or even just seeing their growth over this short period of time. To be honest, I think they've ticked quite a few boxes.
I know you're gutted to be starting from here, but just focus on putting that and some other cars behind you. Good luck. Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. Okay, caution, caution. Virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a pop. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
Charles Leclerc. What a drive, what a victory. He wins.
It's one thing to put fast laps together, but to make these moves stick without losing too much time, that's real racecraft.
There's room for 3 on their podium, but only ever 1 right at the top. Let the celebrations begin. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc. Charles Leclerc on top. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Okay, set. Now we wait. Hopefully we'll hear back soon, but these...
We have something for you to look at, please. Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to... Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Welcome to the home of the Parabolica, now known as the Curva Alboreto in tribute to the Italian motorsport legend Michele Alboreto. It's a long right-hander. It dares you to keep your foot as far down on the throttle as you possibly can. It's one of the great corners on the calendar, and we're here at Monza ahead of the Italian Grand Prix. With the rain coming down here at the 3.6-mile Monza circuit, the low drag setups preferred by most teams could cause them some problems in today's Grand Prix. So watch out for cars struggling for grip around the Curva Michele Alboreto. That's the Parabolica to you and me, the last and most demanding of this track's 11 corners. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Pierre Gasly, and Russell, Albon, Colapinto, Antonelli, and Carlos Sainz, Miata, Hadjar, Nico Hülkenberg, and Ocon, Behrman, Stroll, Jack Doohan, and Paul Aaron, Lawson, Bortoletto, Fernando Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Right, speed is key here today. We're going to want a low downforce setup. It does mean that DRS won't be... Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Safety car in this lap. Right, if we play this right, we can get a nice advantage here. Let's have a think about how we handle the rest of this race. Away in just a moment, stand by. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful. Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option for you in the MFD, so go and have a look. Copy that. Okay, you've got front wing damage. This will have a major impact on performance unless you box for a new one. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum. Radar showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Copy that, hards, next time we box. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Alright, we're last of the running cars right now. Colapinto's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, take it easy on the car, we can't sustain this level of damage. We've been handed a 3-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. Cars are coming in for inters. It's touch and go, but could be worth a risk. We'll be ready for you if you want a box. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there, you're doing well. Inters look like the best tyre for now. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we got cause to move on to a different time. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
here's the checkered flag. The fans rise to their feet. It's Lando Norris for victory.
And as we get closer to the end of this year's championship, Crofty, every race that you put together well now really sets you up for crossing the finish line in the championship in the best possible position. It's moments like this right now that really matter.
It's time for our podium celebrations. And as ever in Formula One, 3 is the magic number. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Notice that it's been a while since we've had any upgrades to our facility. Don't forget, there's always things to improve.
Okay, we've sent out counter-up.